Heung-Min Son on fire as Tottenham get the 3 points at St Mary's. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. It has been one hell of a week for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But today we take on Southampton at St Mary's in the Premier League. Of course, we have played one game in the Premier League so far. At home to Everton last week. We lost it 1-0. So Tottenham must pick up some points today. Our first points of the new campaign. So forget what's happened this week. We need to knuckle down, get the points and get the win. My prediction today, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Tottenham win with Heung-Min Son to get our goal. So I've now got Spurs fan Jason with me. Jason, before we get into the Southampton-Tottenham game today, of course, the last few days have been absolutely mental for us Tottenham fans. Talk us through it. What are your thoughts on Gareth Bale being back?
It's just the best signing I think we could have made. I'd sooner have Bale than Messi and Ronaldo. It's just everything that he means to the club. You know, I think there was somebody posted that message yesterday about the prodigal son returning. It's the lift that everyone needs, let's be honest, especially after the start to the season. And I don't expect the same player that left, but I still expect a top-class, world-class player that for me will be in the top 10 players in the world. He may not have that pure running power that he did, but some of those goals, the West Ham goals and things like that, the Sunderland goals, where he's just cut in and unleashed one. And, you know, even if people say he won't play all the games, so what? You put him on the bench when you're at home to Fulham, and if it's 20 minutes to go, it's 0-0, then you bring him on. He doesn't have to play every single game. You know, we moan and groan that Harry Kane has to play every single game, and yet as soon as we sign someone like Bale, the people say, well, he won't play every game. Well, we don't want him to play every game, do we? So, and the financial details of the deal mean it's a no-brainer. It's a massive deal for us, and like for me, I don't think we've ever made a bigger signing. I know you said Klinsmann. I think it's beyond Klinsmann for me. I think it's beyond Aussie for me. So it's just brilliant. And I know it's a 1-year loan, but I think he'll still be there at the end of his Real Madrid contract in 2 years' time, and then, you know, and then if he wants 600 grand a week at 33 or 34, he won't get it, and we call it quits then. But for the next couple of years, you know, it's just brilliant news for us. Brilliant news.
Can you actually believe it's happened though, Jace? Because all of the transfer windows, you know, in previous years, always linked to Gareth Bale coming back. But, you know, it's a reality now. It's actually happened. You know, a lot of Tottenham fans it's dream world, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever expected it. Not really expected it to happen in anything other than a testimonial, or perhaps when he was 34 or 30, or probably, you know, the end of his Madrid contract. But, you know, for what's gone wrong in Madrid, for whatever reason that is, I mean, I don't think any of us could ever understand it. But, you know, the fact that I think that what's nice is we're not a Champions League club and he's still come, you know. And, you know, whilst people have said Man United never really went in for him, I think if we all know how they work, you have provisional talks with the player's agent, and if you get any encouragement to go for that player, you go for him. And I think if Gareth Bale's agent had said to Man United, yes, it's possible and he'll consider it, then they would have been in for him. So, but clubs now don't like to be turned down in public by a player, do they? So, you know, well, if he's not interested in coming, we won't join the race. But I think he's genuinely chosen to come to Tottenham Hotspur, and that's the best thing about it. And we're not a Champions League club, so it's just brilliant news. And I think the other signing will be huge for us as well. It's a chance to really get some dynamism into the team down both sides. And, you know, what I've always said about style, there is absolutely no excuse now not to go at teams. If somebody says to me, we can't go toe-to-toe with Leeds United, I'll take a gun to them, I promise you. It's just ridiculous. There's no excuses now not to play football that we want to see.
Well, that's brought me perfectly on to the two competitive games Tottenham have played so far this season. Of course, last week's 1-0 defeat at home to Everton. Midweek, we scraped the win against Lokomotiv Plovdiv. Two mediocre performances, really, Jace. You know, not performances that all of us Tottenham fans want to see. We scraped the win in the Europa League. We got over the line, but Southampton today, it's going to be a very difficult game, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that stat that they've only won once in 21 on their opening home game, Southampton. So it reminds me a little bit of all the stats that showed our way against Everton. But they've started.
You also pointed out the stat as well that Tottenham have lost 88 times on a Sunday.
88 games on a Sunday.
More than any other Premier League team. That is ridiculous.
Well, I suppose like any stat, you'd probably say we've played a lot more games on a Sunday than almost every other Premier League team. So, and when the other teams are Liverpool and Man United and Woolwich, it probably does mean we've lost more. But it's a tough one. Southampton the last 3 or 4 years have been a hard game for us. I thought last year they were a better team than us in all 4 games, even though we picked up that win in that replay. I mean, I met you before that game, didn't I? And we were poor for a hell of a lot of that cup tie, weren't we? Second best. And we got through with a good little 15-minute spell at the end. But over the course of the game, and certainly the game at St Mary's where Kane went off last year and the year before that, we were really poor down there. Didn't we lose in the Green when we were 1-0 up and lost 2-1, didn't we? I think the year before that was a really poor 0-0. So it's time to go down there and perform. And hopefully the signing, whilst it won't help us on the pitch, hopefully it's just given a lift to everyone, a little bit of belief, and that will be enough. But, I certainly don't expect a classic down there. And it's just one of those, you don't really know where Southampton are either.
Jason, I know, it's pretty fair to say that you're not Jose Mourinho's #1 fan, but the way that he is building, this almost like dream team at Tottenham now with Premier League, good Premier League experience, bringing in leaders, bringing in former captains. Of course, he's brought Ledley King into the coaching staff as well. Are you impressed with the work he's done so far?
The work he's done so far is great. It's just now got to be put into practice, isn't it? It's I like the way that we're starting to look where you think we can play 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 4-4-1-1. There's times in games you need to change it around, and perhaps we're starting to get the personnel to do it. There's still work to do though for me before we really get carried away. I think we probably feel now that we've got a better chance of top 4 than we did a week ago, but we can't get carried away and think we're suddenly going to zoom ahead of Chelsea and beat up with Liverpool and Manchester City. There's still a little bit of work to do, and there's still some deadwood to clear out, but promising signs, and we'll see what the rest of the window brings. But one or two positions to do, I think, and then you start to look at us and think there's a real chance for us.
Trace, lastly, how do you think that Tottenham will set up today, and what do we ultimately need to do to win? I know we need to score more goals than Southampton, but how do you see the game being won for Tottenham today?
Southampton, if under Hasenhüttl last year, were a real pressing side, but when we heard the preview on the podcast in the week, and from what I've seen of Southampton, they're struggling to do that at the moment. So hopefully that struggle continues, but we're struggling a little bit as well. It's still really early in the season with a really truncated pre-season with some players back, some players like Kane not having any game. It's difficult to get into those rhythms, and I think you're seeing that in some performances. I mean, Arsenal, I think, really struggled last night as well. So I think it's got 0-0 written all over it, the type of football that both teams have played so far. But it's just probably who works hard and who just looks that little bit sharper and fitter. And if the two teams' fitness levels are the same, then you'd hope that little bit of extra quality we've got will come through. But you look at Højbjerg, that's been a big signing, and Doherty's been a big signing, but they don't look fit yet. And we need those players up to speed. And normally the player going back to his old club, it's like curse of the old boy, isn't it? They starve, but he's really struggled so far. So I don't know where Southampton are. I don't know the speculation on Ings, how that comes into it, but we've got to believe we can go there and win. And that's what I want to see Jose Mourinho's sides do, not go to teams that we think of as below us. That's not being snobbish. It's not being dismissing Southampton, but we are a bigger club and a better club than Southampton. And for me, we should be able to go to Southampton and have a real go and be more worried about giving them problems than being worried about what they can do to us on the break. So, You know, it's not having possession for the sake of it. It's wanting to impose your will on the game and dominate a game. And I think we've got players that should enable us to do that. And that's the football I want to see. And hopefully if we do that, yeah, they might give us a problem on the break. But if you impose your will and dominate, you should be able to force your game, because Liverpool and Manchester City and Chelsea will not be going to St Mary's to play on the break. They'll go to dominate a game. And that's what I want to see us do.
Well, what do you think the problems have been, Jace? Because when Tottenham have played quite poorly in some of these games, you look at the squad and you think there's more than enough quality in there to be winning games. You know, and no disrespect to Southampton, but there is more than enough quality in today's squad to go there and win it.
Confidence drained, belief drained, little things like that. Players out of form, I find too many square pegs in round holes. I don't think we've ever quite got the balance of the side right at the moment. You know, we've discussed many times about Tongi, haven't we? And I just feel that when he gets himself fit, he can be the key, because he'll release Lo Celso to be our number 10. Lo Celso can then allow Dele to go in and beyond Kane. But until we get that really key position right, between Winks having to play as a defensive midfielder, which he's not, and all those things, get that balance right in the centre of the pitch, then the rest of it springs from there. And until we get that balance right, I think we'll struggle. But the possibility and the players we've got, we should be able to get that balance right. And Tongi's a huge part of that when he gets himself fit. But, I mean, you've seen him many times. And if you give him a start and he's puffing after 25 minutes, you can't be wasted a substitution 25 minutes into a game just because of that. So hopefully that goal in midweek gives him a lift. I'd start him with Orient, but in the long-term future, we have got to get him fit and on the pitch. And then I think he can link a hell of a lot of that play together.
Jace, can I predict? Can I give you the opportunity to give me a score prediction today?
I'll say for the sake of it, we can go there and win. But if we lost 2-0, I wouldn't be surprised. If we win 2-0, I wouldn't be surprised. If it's a 0-0 draw, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just, honestly, mate, I'll have a little bit of the bookies and take my insurance policy out on being disappointed and hope that I'm out of pocket at the end of the game.
Jace, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks for looking like a banana. Cheers, mate.
The team lineup has just come out and it is as follows. Lloris in goal as our captain, Matt Doherty at right back, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez in the middle and Ben Davies at left back. And then you've got Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Harry Winks. And then you've got Tanguy Ndombele. He starts today. Lucas Moura, Heung-Min Son and Harry Kane. Substitutes are Joe Hart, Serge Aurier, Toby Alderweireld, Moussa Sissoko, Giovanni Lo Celso, Eric Lamela and Steven Bergwijn. You will notice there, not in the starting lineup and not as a sub, Dele Alli. I've now got Spurs fan Lee McQueen with me. Lee, how are you doing?
Very well, thanks. How are you getting on, Chris?
Good stuff. Tanguy Ndombele is in the starting lineup today against Southampton. Dele Alli has been left out. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I'm actually gutted about Dele. I'm not going to lie. You know, by listening to Last Word on Spurs and all the stuff that we do together, I'm a massive fan of Dele. Hopefully, it's just a bit of flame so he can get some fire back into his belly or whatever. But I don't want him sold. So I don't have a problem with him not being in the team today. Not being on the bench is hard for me to take. He's almost kind of sending a message, it feels like. And Ndombele, well, he's got his chance. He had a bit of a cameo, didn't he, in midweek? He's got some massive strapping, I have to say, on his right knee today. We've seen the pictures. But hopefully he can turn it on. You know, we need some energy. Southampton are going to be up for this. They obviously lost their first game as well. But, you know, we've been boosted this week. If anyone's been in the cave somewhere, they won't know of what's happened. So hopefully that can transform for the pitch, Chris.
Lee, how have I spoke to you for almost a minute and you haven't even mentioned the words Gareth Bale yet?
Honestly, I literally burst in here, Chris. I mean, what a signing. What a signing at left back or left wing back as well when Sergio coming to the club. I mean, no one's making any noise about him. He is going to be absolutely brilliant as well. And when we done the show together a few weeks ago, what would the window look like? We said we needed a new right back. We said we needed a new left back. We said we needed a holding midfielder. We said we needed a new forward or creative person. and a sensational signing to boot. And we've got all of that. We just need the striker, and I'm hoping that we can nick Southampton's number 9 before the end of the transfer window.
Lee, how do you see this season going? Because if Tottenham did sign a striker to either play alongside Harry Kane or challenge Harry Kane for that top spot, what can Tottenham do this season?
Well, I think it's about bringing it all together. I think that, you know, it's a Jose love him or hate him scenario, and I think the players are feeling that as well. He's got his methods, he's got his way. He sometimes isolates players or calls players out to get that winning mentality, to get that you know, that kind of that graft, if you like, in the players. And some people might not like that, and, you know, players to boot as well. So I think if we can get together playing as a team, if we can pull in the right direction, Chris, with the talent that we've got. I mean, just Spurs fans, right? Let's just talk about this for 1 second, right? Bale, Son, Kane. I mean, are you literally having a laugh? Dele, Bergwijn, Lucas Moura. I mean, it's ridiculous. Lamella. Crazy stuff. We've got a World Cup winning captain that plays between the sticks. We've got world-class serial winner, Jace will like that one, in terms of Gareth Bale. We've got a world-class striker, best number 9 in my opinion. World-class forward in Heung-Min. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. We've just bought one of the best left-backs in Europe. You know, admittedly, ain't done it in the Premier League yet. We've got Doherty, who's been doing it week in, week out in the Premier League. You know, and I think that if we can come together, Chris, it's trophies, mate. You love a trophy. You know it makes sense. And I think we're going to win trophies. I think we have to qualify for the Champions League with the squad that we've got. I honestly don't think, I'm not hearing anything concrete yet, so I won't put it out there, but I don't think we're done in the transfer window yet either. And I do think we'll get a striker.
But I hope you're right. Lee, Southampton today, obviously we've played 2 games so far this season. They haven't been the greatest of performances. On Thursday, we scraped the win against Lokomotiv Plovdiv. You know, we got over the line. Tongion Ndombele got our winner. He's in the starting lineup today. How do you see today's game going against Southampton?
It's a tough game, Chris. It always is. They beat us on New Year's Day, didn't they? We had a couple of tough encounters with them. I think we played them 4 times last season. And we had a couple of tough encounters when they went down to 10 men. When we went down to 10 men, didn't we? Serge Aurier, I think, got sent off in the crossman feature at our place last year. So it's a tough game. Danny Ings, look, again, anyone that follows me, anyone that listens to me on Last Word on Spurs as well will know I absolutely love the player. I think we should buy him. I think we should go all out to buy Danny Ings. He's a massive threat. And I think that's the biggest thing that worries me a bit. They played 2 up top. I thought we might have gone with a back 3 today. But on the basis that, you know, we've got Sessegnon, could have come in as a left wing back with Doherty on that side of things, played 3 at the back, and keep the 2 quiet. Because Danny Ings, again, remember when he scored against us before, he turned Toby Alderweireld inside out, didn't he, that game as well. So that's a bit of a worry. But look, we've got to win. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We've got to take the 3 points. If, you know, with respect to Southampton and Everton, they had a fantastic win in the end yesterday as well. Everton did, but you've got to be taking points off these teams if you're going to chance with getting in the top 4 or dare I say it, challenge it. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. Absolutely guaranteed. We have to get 3 points today. Will we? I'm confident.
What's your score prediction, Lee?
Tight, mate. It's tight. Let me put it on the record now. I will take a dodgy park the bus 1-0 victory. I'll be honest with you, but
that's what I'm going for.
We'll be a bit more, yeah. I think we'll be a bit more free flowing today, with some fluidity. I think with the Bale news and all that sort of stuff as well. Just go at them, both go fast. I think we'll win. I think we'll win 3-1. I think we'll score some goals today.
Lee, last question for you. Talking about Danny Ings, I'm a big fan of Danny Ings as well. And both of us have said many times that if you want to bring a striker into Tottenham, Danny Ings, you know, great Premier League experience with Southampton. And if you think, in the last couple of days, it's been reported that Danny Ings, you know, Tottenham went in to Southampton, approached Southampton to buy Danny Ings. If you think today, Danny Ings playing the game, you know, he's obviously going to bump into Harry Kane and co. You know, if any of the players are talking to him, if Jose Mourinho is talking to him, surely Danny Ings' head is going to be turned. Because when you think, like you've said earlier today, Heung-Min, Harry Kane, Gareth Bale, who would not want to be a part of that?
Well, this is it. And again, this narrative of backup striker BS. I mean, I'm not having it. You know, it's a load of rubbish. You know, this backup striker stuff. We need a striker. We don't need a backup. The more and more times we call it a backup striker, the more and more people don't want to come to us. And again, I think Jose nailed it. Have some ambition. You know, if you want to go and play in Europe, if you want to go and play in Champions League, if you want to go and win some trophies with a serial winner in Jose, world-class players that we've just talked about, unbelievable stadium that you know so much about as well. You know, Danny, like, with respect to Southampton, and I've got to put this on the record, I really like Ralph, what he's doing down there. I was going to say his surname, but I would have murdered it, so I'm not going to bother. But, you know, I do really like Hassan Hutel, right? You know, I really like what he's doing down there, philosophy. And again, the first 9-10 games of his tenure, I mean, I think they lost 9-0, didn't they, to Leicester, or 8-0, or whatever it was last season. And then it clicked in for them. So I think that, you know, if we're going to go and make a statement, yes, Bale's a massive statement, do not get me wrong, but go and get another striker and go and get Danny Ings or go and get Jimenez. They're the two for me. You know, I've seen a good shout actually for Luka Jovic today, you know, from another one from Real Madrid. But again, he's not proven. You know my thing, same as you, right? Get proven. They walk straight into the team. Give Harry a rest. I mean, Harry's going to be buzzing now and he wants to play every game, but come on, he's not a machine. Roy the Rovers, yes, but he ain't a machine. And he needs to have a bit of a rest and get a Danny Ings. Go get Danny Ings. Go and have a little word with him. I know it's a bit naughty, but look, we're talking Jose here. Go and have a little word with Danny Ings. Go and have a little buzz. Go sign Danny Ings.
Completely agree. Lee, thank you very much. Enjoy the game and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Thanks for having me, Chris.
It's 1-0. Harry Kane has just scored. What a fantastic finish from Harry Kane on the volley through the goalkeeper's legs. It is 1-0. What a fantastic start by Tottenham. It's just been disallowed for offside. Heung-Min Son on the far side was just marginally offside. Unlucky, but a fantastic start by Tottenham. It remains 0-0. 10 minutes gone now. Hugo Lloris has just had to make a fantastic save from Adams after a ball was floated in from a free kick to the Tottenham box. It fell to Shea Adams. He hit it. Hugo Lloris, a fantastic save. What an eventful game so far. 12 minutes gone. Heung-Min Son was played through. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper saved and then the offside flag went up. I said it was an eventful game so far. Southampton thought they'd just gone 1-0 up. A ball was floated over to Danny Ings. Hugo Lloris comes rushing out. Hugo Lloris heads it and then Danny Ings puts it in the net and now the flag has gone up. So it's been disallowed. It is still 0-0. Hugo Lloris done well there when he came out, rushing out, headed it, and Hugo Lloris actually headed it against Danny Ings' arm. So they ruled it out for handball. It's unbelievable. Harry Kane has just put the ball in the net for the second time this afternoon. The ball comes over, Lucas Moura, superb cross, Harry Kane puts it into the net, and then the offside flag goes up. Unlucky Tottenham again. 32 minutes gone now and Southampton have just gone 1-0 up through Danny Ings. What a superb goal from Danny Ings, and this is exactly why you know, I would love to see him in a Tottenham shirt because the ball just comes over, goes over the head of Eric Dyer. It bounces and Danny Ings, just what a finish. What a finish in the far post. 1-0 Southampton. Come on, it's 1-1. Bale, fantastic work. A lovely ball by Harry Kane. And Heung-Min Son, what a fantastic finish. A fantastic goal by Tottenham. And it was all made, all started from Bale. Really, really pleased for him. I've got to say, actually, in the last 5-10 minutes, the body language of every single Tottenham player hasn't looked good. The heads were down, but we are still in this game. It is 1-1. The half-time whistle has just gone. I'm now going to speak to Spurs fan Dave to see what he made of the first half. So it's half-time. Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. Tottenham have had 2 goals ruled off for offside. So has Danny Ings. Dave, what have you made of this first half?
Well, it's been a very exciting first half, but Spurs have been very lacklustre, I have to say. We are treading water to a certain extent, I think. And, well, with Ndombele coming into the side, he has made a bit of difference. But, I mean, what we've been doing is just lumping the ball forward all the time. It's just make it up as you go along. I'm a little bit disappointed, but having said all that, I mean, we've got the ball in the net twice. We got away with one with Southampton's had the goal disallowed because what was Hugo made a fantastic save 5 minutes earlier, and then he comes charging out. It's a bit like one of his ones where he did a couple of years ago when he came out in the Barcelona match and the Eindhoven games. He come flying out of his area, and it's only by chance that it hit that Ings elbow that it was ruled out. Otherwise, it'd been 2-0 up.
What are you making of the body language from all the players? Because even on BT Sport, Jermaine Jennison rightly pointed out the body language doesn't look good, does it?
It doesn't look good because they're all looking downwards. They're not actually firing up. They're not talking to each other as a team. You know, as a team, you should be cheating each other on. Yeah. And even Harry, they made the point, or Genius made the point of it. Harry looked very tired when he made that tackle on Walker Peters. Yeah. What was, you know, he's just not good enough, really. I don't think it's good enough. I mean, they've got the new signing and everything. Everyone should be really fired up on top of their game. I know he's not there, as Marino said, but you would think that they would be all G'd up, all ready to go. Yes, you know, we've got these games to go, and then, yeah, I mean, it is disappointing to not score those 2 goals, but you know, it's they were clearly offside. I mean, I thought when I saw it the first time, I thought he looked marginally offside, Sonny, when he went through on that run. I mean, it's only by chance he come through. Doherty did well with a header, but Doherty's getting outfalled by that Dinepo on the left, you know, on that left flank. I just don't. Yeah, you say the body language isn't good, but Ndombele, we've given him stick in the past, but he did come good on that last one. He's put his foot in. He got booked. I thought it was a slightly unfair booking, but I mean, he picked himself up and he put a fantastic ball to Harry. Harry was in the clear because they're playing a high line. Yeah, that's why we're getting caught offside so many times. And he found Sonny, and Sonny did ever so well. So it's not an easy shot to make from that angle, right across McCarthy. I mean, Danny Ings' goal was similar to the one he scored on New Year's Day, I felt. Did you find that, Chris?
Absolutely, yeah. He turned Toby Alderweireld that day. The ball's gone over Dyer's head. Great finish. This is why we need to sign him, Dave.
Well, yeah, it's hands off, isn't it? I mean, let's face it. I mean, why would they sell their prize asset to keep selling their best players to us? You know, I've been a bit disappointed with Højbjerg, really. I mean, he should be. I thought he should be bossing this midfield. Harry Winks hasn't really done a lot. I mean, I can see him being subbed at half time, perhaps. But yeah, it's all to play for. There's been a few bright sparks, but also there's been some. You know, there's been some missing people missing in action, I think. Yeah.
Dave, from what you've seen in the first half, are you confident that Tottenham are going to get the 3 points?
It's going to be, once again, I don't know how to say these narrow things, but it's going to be very tight. I can see more goals. I can see a 3-2 here coming. I think it might be a 3-2 to us, but, you know, with all these goals keep getting disallowed and all the rest of it, I don't know. But we definitely got away with one with that Ings one when Hugo came flying out. Definitely.
It's so important, though, Dave, that Tottenham get the 3 points today, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, because, you know, it kick-starts the season. If we don't win today, then we got to go late in Orient. I mean, yeah. And then Macedonia. Yeah. I mean, the heads, as you say, were looking down. I mean, why are they looking down? Why aren't we fired up for this? Really, I don't know. I don't know.
Dave, enjoy the second half, and let's hope that Tottenham get the win because we really do need it.
We do need.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Let's get it there.
Well, we all wondered how long Tanguy Ndombele would last on the pitch. He has gone off at half-time, and Giovanni Lo Celso has come on. 47 minutes gone. Heung-Min Son has done it again. A superb ball through from Harry Kane again. And Heung-Min Son latches onto it and finishes superbly with his left foot. 2-1 Tottenham. Come on! "64 minutes gone and Heung-Min Son has his hat-trick. Another superb finish, and when you think that he has only had 3 chances today and he has buried every single one. A superb ball over, Sonny one-on-one with the goalkeeper and just finishes. Just gets the job done. That is what I love about Heung-Min Son. That is why he is my favourite current Tottenham player. He just gets the job done. Hat-trick, 3-1 Spurs. Heung-Min Son has just scored again. He's got his 4th goal. Tottenham are 4-1 up. 73 minutes gone. Heung-Min Son is on fire. A fantastic assist again by England captain Harry Kane. Crosses it. Heung-Min Son chests it down and finishes again with his left foot. Absolutely brilliant. 82nd minute and Harry Kane has got his goal. It is now Southampton 1, Tottenham 5. I'm so pleased for Harry Kane because he has set up a number of goals for Heung-Min Son today. He's been absolutely brilliant. The link-up play between these two today has just been absolutely superb. And I'm just so pleased that Harry Kane has got on the score sheet. 5-1 Tottenham. 84 minutes gone. Harry Kane has just been substituted. Steven Bergwijn has come on. And just to put into context how important Harry Kane has been for Tottenham today, not only has he scored 1 goal, but he made all of Heung-Min Son's 4. So 4 assists, 1 goal for Harry Kane today. Simply superb. 89 minutes gone and Southampton have been awarded a penalty. A couple of minutes ago the incident happened. Matt Doherty, the ball came up, it hit his hand completely accidentally. Never ever a penalty in my opinion, never ever. No way. And the referee has gone to the VAR screen, had a look at it, and he has pointed to the spot. And Danny Ings will now step up and take the penalty for Southampton. So Danny Ings stepping up now. It's 5-2. Danny Ings hits the back of the net. 5-2. So the full-time whistle has just gone. Southampton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 5. Heung-Min Son with 4 goals. Harry Kane with the other. And Harry Kane assisted Heung-Min Son's 4 goals. A superb second half by Tottenham. It was quite worrying, I must say, in the first half that Tottenham looked, like we weren't really up for it. The body language was very weird. But whatever Jose Mourinho said in that dressing room at half-time simply worked because Heung-Min Son, his finishing was absolutely exquisite. Every time that Heung-Min Son got that ball, you just felt confident, 100%, that he was going to finish, and he did. A great performance in the second half by Tottenham, and it gives us the much-needed 3 points in the Premier League. That now puts Tottenham up to 5th. Heung-Min Son is the Premier League's highest goal scorer at the moment. We now travel to Leyton Orient on Tuesday night for the Carabao Cup third round game. And until then, come on you Spurs. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do put your thoughts in the comments section below on what you made of the game today, Southampton v Tottenham. I will see you later for a Tottenham news video. Come on you Spurs.